Mike Reis with 2011 Saluki Hall of Fame inductee John Hoscheidt, the All-American center fielder from the mid-'70s. So what's it like now that you're in the Hall? Better than you thought, worse than you thought, or about what you thought?
After what's happened so far today, it's better than I thought. This is quite a rush, I want to tell you.
Why is it a big moment for you, John?
Well, I think when you think about all the great athletes that played for Southern Illinois University, a Division I school, and to be in that small select group, it's a tremendous honor, and it's really great to be recognized.
In '74, your club finishes third in the College World Series. You hit .385. You're a second-team All-American. Is that your favorite year?
Oh, undoubtedly, yeah. It was just, I get kidded a lot by my teammates that no matter what I hit, it found a hole, and it was that kind of year. I was well over 400 until regionals when I dipped under 400 for the season, and yet I still made all district in the regional tournament. But pitching was a little tougher in that thing. But you know, we had a 24-game winning streak that year, and we just beat a lot of good teams. And needless to say, when you win, you have a lot more fun.
Yeah, and you're up there in stolen bases. You're still the school leader in triples. Speed had to be an important part of your game.
It was very important, and at that time, Itchy really recruited to speed. And our team, I don't know how many stolen bases we had as a team, but other than our catcher and maybe one other player, the others 6 to 7 position players all could steal bases, and that was kind of our trademark, our white shoes, and we'd steal a base on anybody.
And you looked fast too.
We looked fast, that's right.
You could go alley to alley in the outfield. Were you a good defensive player?
I'd like to think so, yeah. Itch called me the other night and told me I was, so if he tells me I was, then I believe him. I made some catches.
Itch is Itchy Jones, Southern's all-time winningest baseball coach. Your coach coached Southern for 20 years. What does he mean? What did he mean to your career?
Well, he meant a lot. I mean, first off, he scouted me and felt enough about me to give me a scholarship, and I'm just from a small high school of 300 kids and a town of 2,700, so I was certainly appreciative of that. So were my parents with the scholarship, and then he develops players. I mean, he finds guys like me in small towns a lot of times, and if you just follow the program and work hard, he has a way of teaching you to be a better ball player.
Were you projected to be an All-American type player coming out of high school, or did you bloom late?
I don't want to say I bloomed late. It was kind of funny. The first day you could sign, Mark Newman, the assistant coach, signed 3 players. Myself, Phil Bankston, and a pitcher from Kankakee. The pitcher from Kankakee and Mr. Bankston were both first-round draft picks. And then there was me. And I went to Southern, and so I think they thought, you know, good things. I got a chance to start my freshman year, had a little inconsistency, so I dropped out of the lineup for a while and then got back in it at regional time. But I'd like to think they thought I'd be I'm not All-American, but I thought I'd be a starter and a real solid contributor.
When you and your teammates relive your careers, what games do you talk about?
We talk about winning the regional in Minnesota. We lost the first game up at Minnesota. As a matter of fact, I made a terrible error that cost us 3 or 4 runs. I think a guy got a base hit with the bases loaded, or 3 guys on, and I ran right by a ground ball trying to throw a guy out at home, and 3 runs scored, and we lost the game something like 9-2 or 3. And then we had to come all the way back through the regional and beat Minnesota twice on the last day to go to the College World Series. And I remember that game, and I remember, I think it was Dewey Robinson, coach. We were out of pitchers, and he just gave Dewey the ball, and he did great, and they kind of split the game up, and winning that game was great. And then the College World Series, I remember the games against Southern Cal, and Scott Waltimate was just mowing Southern Cal down, and we had a play at the plate that was totally in our favor, and Rod Dado of Southern Cal came out and argued. And he argued, it was like whether it was a force play or a tag, and it was a force play, and the guy was out at home. And we kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and finally Dadu gave up. But Scott, and I know he did it on purpose, Scott went from mowing him down to having to stand there and listen and listen and listen to this argument, and then all of a sudden his arm just kind of, and then they started hitting him around and beat us.
Lost his rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Yankees drafted you after your junior year. You didn't sign. Why not? Not enough money?
Not enough money. My education was really important to me. I was playing up in Fairbanks, Alaska for the Gold Panthers, which was one of the top collegiate programs in the country at that time, still is. I was playing with the #1 draft pick, Bruce Robinson from Stanford. I mean, Tom Seaver played for them, a lot of famous players. And I negotiated from a phone booth in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I said, okay, well, that's great. What kind of money can you give me to sign? They said, we're going to send you to Florida State League, Fort Lauderdale, and we'll pay for your plane ticket. And I just said, well, I'm playing basically high A, double A competition up here, and I can't afford just to give up my education. And I hadn't had that good a junior year, and I really wanted to go back and prove myself my senior year. And I just said, well, if there's no money in it, it's ridiculous. I'll get, if I'm good enough, I'll get a chance the next year.
Sure. And you did with Kansas City.
Right.
Give the viewers an idea about SIU baseball and its place in the sport at that time, John, because I think especially younger viewers. College baseball was different then, yes. You kind of alluded to this when you said earlier, I got a full scholarship that helped my family. That's unheard of now for baseball. SIU baseball was different then, and its place in college baseball was different then, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I had to bring a scrapbook down, which was embarrassing because we didn't have any pictures of that time. And so I was leafing through it. And my freshman year, we were ranked 9th in the country heading into the season. Our sophomore year, we finished 3rd in the nation. I know we were ranked my junior and senior years. In '69, '71, '74, and '77, we went to the College World Series. And we placed every time, 2nd or 3rd. And that would be equivalent to the basketball team now going to the Final Four 4 times in 9 years, or let's say the football program playing Division I and going to a BCS bowl game 4 times in 9 years. So, I mean, our opponents, our competition back then was Southern Cal, Oklahoma, Miami of Florida, Texas, just teams like that. And that's Arizona State, Arizona.
Yeah.
That's who we played.
Yeah. Congratulations. Well deserved. You're a Hall of Famer and well deserved. And thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.
John Hoscheidt, 2011 Saluki Hall of Fame inductee.